Hi, and welcome to the Trucking Scribe. It's Esther. I hope that you've been enjoying the Peace of God Bible study we've done over the last few weeks with my creative team. I have 8 other members that are involved. It'd be great if you go check out their channels. I have been working on origami the last couple of days, so we did dresses. We made dresses Wednesday, so we made some like this. Today I'm going to work on these little shirts. We're going to discuss Romans chapter 4, the first 2 verses. So hang around and see what's going on. Thank you. Hi, and welcome to Faith Friday. We're working on the Peace of God project. I have in particular been talking about Romans because it has a lot about faith and peace and how to find peace. My creative team, which is right here, we have Diana, Rhonda, Christina, Tara, Janie, Samantha, Debs, and Paula. They have all been working from a downloadable PDF that you can get at gotquestions.org. There's a link below, and it'd be great if you go check out their channels because they all have something different. Today I am reading, I said chapter 4, but I am in chapter 5. Yeah, I'm in chapter 5 already. Yeah. So in reading chapter 5, Paul talks about that faith brings joy. Well, faith brings peace also. Therefore, since we have been made right in God's faith, Therefore, since we have been made right in God's sight by faith, we have peace with God because of what Jesus Christ our Lord has done for us. Because of faith, Christ has brought us into this place of undeserved privilege where we now stand, and we confidently and joyfully look forward to sharing God's glory. So Paul goes on and he talks about sinning and the trials, problems and trials we'll go through. And because of our faith, we have a peace during those problems and the trials because we know God is there. We have that faith that God's going to carry us through it. And he talks about Adam right in here, how Adam brought the first sin into the world, and Jesus came in to the world to save us and give us peace. So it's a very interesting chapter. I hope that you'll read it, but definitely make sure you look at right here. We have faith with God because of what Jesus Christ has done for us. So I really like that. I do have my little origami over here that I've been working on. So I have a dress. I have a little gift box. Today we're going to be doing these little shirts. But because I can't origami and talk at the same time, so here is the verse that I wrote down for today. It goes all the way through right here. Again, we're talking about the Roman Empire in the New Testament. I'm going to put a picture of that book up there. We're in World 2, or Chapter 2, World 2, Chapter 2. So people couldn't protest in the first century. They couldn't vote. They couldn't run for political office or have political parties or even lead reforms. You couldn't sign a petition saying you didn't like something. Basically, it was the rule of the land was that the emperor or Caesar was the one who made the rules, and the upper class elite. The New Testament text encourages Jesus' followers to form communities that would act as one body and provide life-giving alternatives to the way of Rome's structure. So I found that very interesting. This is where the first Christian churches started forming, the communities that they build. And I just did a semester on mission and methodology, and I actually discussed an online community. Our prompt was a local community. For me, I have this particular Peace of God collaboration with 8 other great women, and I also have a Facebook group that goes with this collaboration. That is my community, and I have felt more love and care out of that community and they're scattered all around the world, Scotland, California. It's just a little bit of everywhere. So my community these days, you can have, you don't have to have a local community like right outside your front door. If you go online, you can find a Christian-based community or a faith-based, because I have different religions that make up my community. We have Christians, Muslims, pagans, and these are just the ones that I know of. There are Hindu, and there's all kinds of people in my group, and that's one of the ways that I made the Peace of God project, so that it could be transferred over to other belief systems. So Debs, who is Muslim, she is using her kit and discussing the Quran and the Bible. Paul urges churches, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may discern what is the will of God. So that is in Romans 12:2. We haven't got there yet, but he tells them to make communities that support each other, that love one another, that are not mean and just haughty, or in my day in school it would be stuck up or think you're better than somebody. Feed your enemies instead of harming them. So that's in Romans 12. Jesus taught to love one another, and most especially your enemies. So this differs from Rome's hierarchy and elite importance, with little to no regard for normal people. Rome's hierarchy did not consider the lower class people. Paul wanted Jesus' followers to create a new way of life, to coexist in a world of difference and intolerance for the other. So we're up to page 20 in that book. I'm trying to just grab some stuff that you may not know about the world of the New Testament writers. So we're fixing to work on these little origami shirts. They're really cute. So I hope you enjoyed that part of the video, and let me know in the comments below how you find peace. Do you have an outlet where you go and just calm down and get away from the world? For me, it is actually in my crafting. This is my peace right here. Everybody's peace looks different, so just know that peace is as a word or as something that you can touch and explain. It's different for everybody. So I hope you enjoyed the little Bible study, and now I'm going to show you the shirts. Today I'm working on a shirt similar to our origami dress. So you'll be able to have a dress and a shirt for each little piece. I'll put those right there. My tabletop is drying. Okay. So I am working with a 4-inch by 5.5-inch square. Now, I will have to say I didn't come up with these measurements. I was watching G. Kerr's video on the shirts, so I'm going to link her below. I tried watching a few others and I was confused. Let me see what I can do. First, we're going to fold this in half. And I'm going to ink as I go so I can show you a little bit more. So I hope you enjoyed the Bible study today. So what I'm doing is I've got the 4-inch side on the right and left, and then I'm folding that middle right down there. So this one is a lot easier, and I think I'm gonna have, yeah. So we're starting the same fold as we did with the dress. Now you're going to figure out what's going to be your top. So if you have direction like this is going to be the part that I'm going to fold up under the collar. So that means this side I'm going to fold down maybe 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch. So I'm just folding it down right there. Then I'm going to flip over to this side that has the opening, and I'm going to open up this just like we did on the sleeves for the dress, if you happen to see that. If you didn't, I'll leave the link below for that video. So now I just kind of held my finger here and I folded on that point. You turn it over and it looks like sleeves. So then I'm going to take this piece up here, and I'm going to, you know how you hold your scissors and you do that? You kind of curve stuff. That's what I'm doing with this. You can use your fingernails. I liked it better with my nails. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to come down to this center right here that's open. Bring this corner down and the other corner down. So see, now you've got the collar shape. I know you're saying, what kind of collar is that? Go ahead and ink this so you can see it a little better, and I think I'm going to ink it anyway. Okay, so we just pulled this around to meet in the middle. Next, we're going to pull up our shirt until it goes up under these little flaps right there for the collar. So see how it's going under the little flap? So that piece is going to go under there. That's what took me the longest of trying to figure out how to do this, was that little piece. And G showed it, and it was like, oh man, because I have a book of origami. I'm just trying to get it to where it looks a little better, straighter, and then I'm going to press it down, and you have your origami piece. So G also made a tie. She took a 2x2 square, and I'm using a different color for this one so it stands out better. She folded it in half, and then folded it in half again the other way. So I am finding, if you have origami paper, which I do have some, I ordered this. It's a lot thinner than what I'm using right now, but to show you, I'm trying to use the kit at the moment. Just okay, so now you've got your 4 squares. You're going to take and pull this square over to this middle line. You're going to bring it over. Right there's the point. You can put your fingernail, and then just see how I'm going up right there. And you may not want to ink until you get to where you're going. I'm just inking right now so that you can see what I'm doing. So you have a kite shape now. You can see it on the front. So what you're going to do is turn this pointy end, the folded end, towards you. You're going to fold it down to meet right about there. So you could use something that's not holding to kind of measure it to where it folds down just about right in there. That's not, the other one I just folded down. Look at me, I'm crooked too on this one. Bad. So now I've got like the duck beak hanging down. I'm going to press that back up this way. So now you have a backwards Z if you hold it that way, or a frontwards Z if you hold it that way. So now you flip it back over and you're going to pull in this end right back to the middle. And this end back over to the middle. Let's see, that need to be under here. And you have your little tie that should fit under there, fit the shirt. So G says that she went and did a lot of measuring to figure out the size so that the tie would fit the shirt perfectly. So definitely go check her out. She's the one that got all these measurements right. So then you can glue your little tie down because it's not wanting to lay down real good. Just glue it down, press it down. Really don't need to, well, you can glue it right here, just a little bit glue. So I'm very interested to see what you guys think about the origami videos, if you like origami or you don't. I personally am enjoying the origami. So I'm just going to stick this under here. And actually, if you want to glue, you can glue this down right here too. So what I did, I have to find it. I did sew around the dresses and the shirt. So this helps if you're straight. Look at my tie. This poor dude's having a hard time today because he's having one of them wonky days. Here we go. So I have a whole basket here. Here's one. I sewed from here down and up. You probably could have sewed all the way across if you wanted to. I just like the texture. On the dress, I did go down, put lace on it, come around, and came up and just followed that back to where I started at. So like I said, I got quite a few dresses. This one's from a magazine. These are just from scraps. This is origami paper. There's another shirt that's origami. I sewed it too. So while I am, I'll make another shirt. Just so you can see, I'm folding it in half. And the bone folder does help a lot to get your creases better. Then you're going to fold it in half again. So I don't know that I would put the distress ink on the middle of, but you could think of, yeah, if you didn't have the tie, that could be, you could put little buttons down through there or little gems and stuff. I'm going to do this as the collar since it's darker. If you notice over here, I wound up with a different color collar. And that's where I got confused. So I'm going to just stay right here for this point. So you got your little collar flipped over. I don't need that, do I? Okay, then we're going to do the sleeves, and I find it just easier to hold it in my hand. And I have problems with my hands. I can still do this most of the time, but sometimes I can't. So you can have crooked sleeves if you want. Then you're going to take this, and if you are like me, you can just do kind of like you would a ribbon to around that ribbon. Just hold it and bring it against there. And then I'm going to bring that in. And I'm going to get the other side, and I'm going to bring it in to where they meet. So then, let's see if I can get this under here. Right here is where your collar, your top of your shirt's going to go, right in between that little thing. And you just fold it up under there, push it up, and then hold it down. That one looks much better than the other one. Well, I think the deeper, see, the collar is a little bit longer, so I think that helped. It could be the color too, because I'm liking this color. So then I'm going to do a white tie for this one. Again, we're going to fold it in half. This is where it gets fiddly for me because it is so small. You got your half, your quarters. You're going to take and fold this down to where it comes to that point. It looks like a kite. So I think these are really nice for journals, especially the Peace of God journal, because you can stick them in there. You could make this a female shirt. It doesn't have to be a tie on it. I don't know why I'm being so fiddly, because that's not going to show up. Okay, so I got that. I'm going to bring this down to right about here, where he's got a duck beak, you know. And I'm going to fold that up. See? This way is a Z. I'm just going to push that a little bit down, and I'm going to pull these corners in to the middle and fold it down. And there's your lopsided origami. So as you practice, I'm sure that it will get to looking better than what mine is, the proportions. But if you're like me, it's not really a great big deal. So you can just glue all this down, and you can wait, or you can do like I do and just put it all on there and then set something on top of it. Let's see, don't ever gotta have a crooked tie. And the women are always trying to straighten it out for them. I'm gonna leave that one crooked. And then I just set my drink on top of it and let it dry. So I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make the shirt and tie. I hope that you will go and check my creative team out. All of them are listed over here, and I'll have them in the description below. Be great if you hit the like button, the subscribe button, and leave me a comment, any kind of emoji. You could do a shirt today, a dress, cars, trucks, flowers, hearts. It doesn't matter. Just leave me one so I know you've been here. Thank you and have a great day.